my name is Jake from Firestorm Games, and today we're here with another Tabletop Spotlight. We're looking at air, land, and sea. I cannot continue this voice, so we will go to the normal mode now.
So this is a two-player game. It takes about 15 minutes, possibly up to 30, depending on how quick you play. It's World War II themed, but really it's an area control / area influence game. You win the game by scoring 12 victory points. You win victory points by winning a hand. The interesting part here is, if you play all the way to the end of the hand, then the hand is worth 6 points. But if your opponent bugs out early and goes, nah, I'm not winning this, it's better to preserve my resources, effectively, and bugs out, then they score less points. So if they bug out with 4 cards still left in hand, the opponent only scores 2 points. So there's a really nice mechanic there I like to do with how far do you push your luck, and when is it time to just call it quits and move on. Okay, so how does it play? There's these 3 big cards for the air, the land and the sea, and they're the theatres of war. You'll lay them out and they rotate every round you play, so they move around. It just matters to do with what's adjacent to what for that. You get dealt 6 cards out of this shared deck. That's your hand, that's what you're going to play with. So somebody goes first, pops a card down. You have to share the correct theatre, so aircraft go to air, tanks go to land, and boats go to sea. I hope. You can play any card face down as a generic 2 strength, but no special ability, so if you really need to concentrate somewhere and you haven't got the cards for it, you can choose to do that. Otherwise, if you play a card, you trigger its ability. There's a lot to do with removing other people's cards or turning cards face up and down. If they get turned face down, they become a generic 2 strength with no ability. If they manage to get turned back up again, their special ability will trigger again, so there is definitely some combos here. It's a large enough deck that you have variety. It's not just who gets the 6 wins, and generally the 6s don't have abilities, and then the smaller the number, the physical strength it will provide, the stronger the ability is. But it's a tug of war, trying to work out what do you play when, where are you luring your opponent to. There are ways to move things around, so you can end up with tanks on boats firing, which I think Godzilla would love. But yeah, it's a very nice, quick game. I love the theme. It's a generic World War II one, but it does feel like the theatres work for it very well. There's lots of replayability to it. I've played this a dozen times and no 2 games have felt exactly the same. It's in stock now at firestormgames.co.uk. Links are in the description below.